Woo! Sorry about being late, folks. That. Can you guys hear that? Because I can't. Yeah, I'm not getting any sound. I just noticed that while setting up. Oh, fucking course. Couldn't stream yesterday. Can't stream full time today, even ignoring the fact I'm fucking over an hour late. It took a little longer to cook than I thought it was going to be, and it was a tough enough meal. I decided I could not try eating most of it while streaming, so. Oh my fucking god. What the fuck? Okay, folks, I think I might be having an mic issue. Why does this keep happening while I... Oh no, is this... Let me just test something real quick. Yep, okay. Let me see if this fixed it. For some fucking reason, headphones are on, and when I turn them off, it says they're still connected to the computer. Okay. Test. Oh, good, we're still here? And I can still hear it. Okay. Bullshit. Alright, okay. Yeah, I gotta do stuff early in the morning. Oop. I can wait around for this thing and then we'll go do everything. There's no waiting around this time. Like I said, less time. Right, I thought the thing was... Also, the food was just a little overcooked. Not enough to be inedible, anywhere close to inedible, but enough that the after effects that didn't work I had. I've slowed down. I've been told that it should be good. It's a final adjustment. So, that's a plus, but I got stuff to do, like I said, so I can't be up too late. I was gonna cut an hour early anyways, but this is gonna have to be a 3-hour stream, I think. Well, no, well, yeah, actually, no, an hour. Actually, no, I should be fine. I just realized I should be fine now. It's just an hour cut. I would have been actually fine before. Turns out I was just overthinking it. I thought I streamed till an hour later than I actually do. Oh, shit, I'm in the wrong area. I just saw a bunch of people standing there and I assumed. Size right gives you a lot of Mog Stones, so it's absolutely worth doing it if you can do well. Apparently, it goes up a lot higher than 4. So, unfortunately for me, I had an abysmal string of luck on the days I decided to play this. One of them, my dog was freaking out, so I couldn't do I was barely able to do the beast rides. I think I did because I forgot to do them in the next 2 days. Other days I just had abysmal luck, and I only just started turning that around. And there's no way I can get anywhere close to 400. I'm aiming for 180 now. I don't think I get that, but I'd like it. 81st gets me the horns I want and the new barding for my chocobo. $100 gets me the I think I'm going to aim for 100, honestly, but worst case I get the barding and possibly something else before time runs out. I should check the Moogle with the Moogle though to see if it's updated anything. I really wish that would start and stay and not Novice Network. I don't know how to get it. I should ask this Novice Network. But after you get lucky, the amount of shit. Okay, we should go. But yeah, the amount of who's it get? Oh, Fred the Needle. Mog Stones you get, it's based on how much MTP you get. And it's let you get really absurd amounts. Nope. Free just from trying to grab from there. And if you get double, you can get 5. But the first time I managed to actually click on that fucking button, I should have stayed away from it. Those are traps. They're not worth it. They are never worth it. Mostly because everybody else fucking goes for them, and it's impossible to actually fucking click on anything through the maze of names. Anyways, well, with that, let's head to Ulda and do some much needed stuff. First thing first, minor. Then we'll do the beast tribes. The good news. If I had learned, we would have had 2 of those so I could have done it once. I really should have done it gone on and played yesterday if I couldn't have streamed. Where the fuck is the Mockstone vendor. I just noticed that. I never noticed them having someone's name in health bar empty below their name before when I use that emote. Alright. First, consult my opinion. Let's see if there's anything weekly wise I can do. Yep. Yep. Alright. Like that. I want that, but I also want the horns. So, yeah. Ultima horns first. Nothing else here. I can get these later from the respective shit. These later from the respective shit. Even if a lot of these are from... Or so. Modern aesthetics is not... Modern Legend is just a hairdo based on the fighter from Final Fantasy 1. They're not really something I'd ever put on my character, so... That just completion's sake. But I want that, and I want that. Alright, well. Alright, I don't dog shit look at the mini games, and the times I tried to do grinding and covering groups who didn't really want to do that, so. I went with mini games. As long as my luck wasn't dog shit, I should be fine. It wasn't fine. And as for cutting out last time, yeah, when I had to cut. But we're good now. Alright, that's it. I'm not buying this up, we're ignoring that today. Because we're on a tight schedule here with Mugstones. I really want to get the barding and the one thing, and that means just the beast tribes in it. When Gully's told me, oh, about this, bring in the dark steel ore, yeah. Actually, that probably didn't get fully read. My Gully's told me all about the situation. Be sure to bring in the dark steel as soon as you got it. Now, after this bears mentioning, regarding how to go about obtaining the ore, it may sound dangerous, but it's exactly like Gully says. You need to survive an iron process and the technique to truce of the mountains to locate unspoiled mineral deposits. Swell speed your way. Technically, it happened before I did this, so I still turn in properly. Incredible Haru. Incredible Haru. Oh. I see why I was talking about the food. I was like, wait, no, there's so much stuff. Haru, your talents, yeah, so, incredible Haru, your talents are truly boundless. This will suffice to spare deep guardian, but let's not make haste. Let's make haste to the inquest. Why Gully is already on his way? Well, did you get a minor deal to bring you Dark Steel? Because make no mistake, Deep Cannon, if you came to this inquest in the end, we will end you. We will end you. Your time is going to be just a memory. I will. Need I never call me a character. We have the one right here. Forgot about how Locks of the Miners Guild. No. God. Okay, that might as well be. Bone. Well, be good, she isn't lying. And Darksteel, some of the finest I've ever seen. It's not a reminder who you're getting. It's not, so let alone stuff that looks this good. Seems your reputation learned. That said, well, how do I hear the action of your ability? Though I find myself wondering, why do you bring the R? I know the same. Why stick your neck out for him? He's giving you nothing but trouble. Says Haruka. Says, oneness. Tell me you're trying to pull out a Rata. I don't need anyone's pity. You're least of all. Oneness. 7. Tell that you're trying to pull out a book. I don't need anyone's pity. Yours least of all. You stupid childish fuck. I'm not here to give you a pity, but to clear up the misunderstanding between us. Misunderstanding? Yeah, I don't want to get that. So it was for the point. There was not to be done about it. God, the right name was about my provision. My first was to take myself out of consideration. That's a private, that's to say. But when to connive against you, it was to give up my claim. You expect me to believe that? Yes, you overgrown child. You do. I don't like the beginning. If I truly betrayed you back then, would I have even bothered to come here? This should have done by the 12 to have taken us so far. Yes. Yes. Experience that fucking regret. You didn't want to admit it, father. I'm about to beat you out of your own merits, and you didn't in your heart, but you refuse to accept it. With pride, you convince yourself that she betrayed you, but don't by doing so you validate why you were passed over for Gilman's in the first place. Please, father. Let go of the past. Accept you were being as I have started. Well, let's start over. No one knew to do so, Deep Can. To begin anew, I know your love of mine more than anyone. Again, I promise you the guild's full if you would be willing to try again, then I promise you the guild's full cooperation. Oh, cooperation? Are you sure about this? I would leave it the past where it belongs. In the past, the guild wants only to look forward and to continue working with the concern. I was the biggest victim in the hallway. I guess she's willing to give Deep Can energy and she wouldn't have brought the Darksteel up, or otherwise. No, I'm not. I repeat, I'm not on the record. I think this guy should absolutely get tossed out on his ass. But I don't get a choice in this. I'm starting to think it more. I understand what my favorite 14 streamer felt about the ending of Endwalker. Except I like that character, at least from secondhand viewing. Where this guy, and I mean, the problem that annoys me is that so much is that I have no reason to agree with this. He should not be allowed to keep the job, no matter what. I probably wouldn't care if it wasn't, the game didn't, make it seem like I agree. Or at very least give me the ability to go, see, really? And actually convince me he should. That's all in well and good, but about you? Can you really forget everything he's done? I can. But else, I'm just my own friend and mentor to get back. I would forgive much more. Way too nice a person. Alberta. Well, I'm glad to give this latest matter rights. Any objections? See? We are right brothers, and so am I. Dan Sale, Vice Foreman, Deep Canyon, by working the Miners Guild, you shall retain your part. And opposite, I'm honored and Sun's Realms Guard. Though hard work, I trust you to make amends for past convictions. sorry, needed a drink. That's our. I'm glad that's out of a hire. Whatever, why do you at the end private? Would you mind returning to the guild with me? I'm like, okay, yes, I clicked on her. I'd ask you to thank, so I might thank you properly. Had you not been able to help, Deep Canyon's career would have ended prematurely and in disgrace. What worse, I might have lost my dear friend forever. I would likely never be able to pray. Whatever. But look at you, in no time at all, you've grown to a miner who can make the earth yield even dark steel or the rarest of metals. Sure, let's go with that. There's nothing left for me to teach you. Then make sure you'd like to find yourself in all corners around, but wherever your road takes you, I want you to practice our crafts for the good of all. Go how only may your toils never go unrewarded. Evan. When your tools start picking up special names. Hamlet Digger's helmet. Miner slumps. Ugh. Okay, so that looks like an entire neat set. That ain't got nothing. Look wise. Ooh. Game, please tell me I can get this up here elsewhere. This. Oh, this looks like it, you know. I hate to think of this basic, really basic looking miner set actually looks really good. And let me try dying. Enable die preview. At very least, I'm grabbing the helmet, even if it's not the best piece of gear. Oh. It looks. That is what needs to look best. Well, that or that. Oh. Just a matte finish. Loses something. Of course, it's all matte finishes, so. Now that works best with a darker color. Anyway, I'm grabbing that helmet. I don't know if it's the best thing stat-wise, but it's a minor quest. In order to the next series of quests, you must first follow requirements. Yet before dawn. I'm a long way away from doing that. Okay. Now that I've done that, I'm gonna take a break in a few moments. Ooh, that's a big jump in gathering and perception. Oh, it even looks. It actually looks like a neat, a kind of stylish pickaxe. Yeah, of course I'm wearing that. Let's see. The visor makes it look. turn this light on top. Perhaps the outfit could use some work, but I do like the helmet look. Normally I don't, but actually it's available for all classes. I might try that out on a non-minor class. We'll see. It looks nice. We'll see. We'll see. It'll be a while before I'm able to do that, though. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick break while I prepare. Start preparing a couple things. Not stream wise, but it's that thing I want. Hot drink. I want to make thing, and I need to fill my kettle's water. Hold on, folks. Let me just do a couple more things here. Okay. Anyways, what was I? Right. I was playing. Can you guys hear me? No, you can. Good. Okay. And done and done. Anyways. Okay, what was I fucking doing? Right, the emulsion. I'm gonna start with the emulsion first. Because there's no way I'm waiting to get them out done. Let me go. I guess I need to. No, well, let me go. Anyways, what was I fucking doing? Outside that was an okay dress line. I like white goalie. Honestly, if it gave me the option decent there, even if it was thou must, I'd be much less annoyed. Ironically, I'd be You know, I feel like I gave a touch of a spoiler for those who aren't familiar within walkers, and I'm going to do it again because I just really feel like this reminds me of that person is and why. Okay, so Gavrok, when he did it in Walker, there's a character he really didn't like it. It's a divisive character. We'll get to that character. Yes, you're adorable. You hear a knocking. That's a dog tail. Gary, adorable too. No, you can't have any of my food. Anyways, what was I fucking going on about? But yeah, that took longer, and then I had to take a Liz thing for a start, but here we are. Yeah, I absolutely wrecked up with. But yeah, we're not starting any other quests, right? And yes, I know there's another event going on. I'm going to ignore it this week. But we're going to do it no matter what next week. No last minute grinding. So if I don't get that 100 by, I think I prefer the 100 to the thing. So I'm actually going to shoot for 100 and something. I think this might give me enough. I might need one more. Probably one more. I'm not really bothering actually doing the math. I just know I'll have 42 plus. No, one more. 52. It's an event I don't want to miss. But I have till next week I can do it. Till the 13th. That's plenty of time. I can make do on any of those days unless something catastrophic happens. It's the 15 event. Much like the 11 event is the thing that happens. The 15 event is the thing that happens. And that one I know always gives out the same thing. And I am ecstatic. For those who don't know, the 15 event gives out, and actually no, spoiler. All right, no. I was talking about fucking. Okay, hold on. I'm not properly processing the information for me. Anyways, right, yeah. He didn't like the ending of to a kid today, like no 14 Shadowbringers. No, in Walker. No, he loves Shadowbringers. In Walker, and the closest I've come to that is in the series is actually that little story bit there. I don't like. And ironically, it's the exact opposite reason. He was given a choice, and that choice didn't matter, and he felt like that robbed him for me, not giving me a choice. I mean, if you screw it up badly, I could get where you're coming from, but also at the same time, I'd at least like it if you well reason it. As it is, my character would have no reason to want this guy to keep his job, and every reason to want him to be fired. So, why? But if Albert, begged because she wanted a chance at repairing shit with her old friend, even if he wasn't the reason that there was a problem in the first place, she'd gladly take it. And you know what? I can at least gel with that. Alright. I'll only do 5 on these guys, so. That's what I'll need to get them to the next level. And I'll save the rest of the quest for sylphs. I love these mounts. I've currently got. We had a 15 event. It swings around every so often, and I fucking love it. Not too much story reason, but what you get for it. I thought it would be a long while before I got a chance at it, so I'm taking it. Whoop. Alright, so now I'm on to non-streaming related talks. I was talking about projection quests last night. I gave a lot of stuff about various projection quests. But speaking of the one I talked about with the character Amy and Gintama and Lit it's from Fire Emblem, not Lit, Thea from Fire Emblem, Four Houses. I don't know. It's pretty honest. I haven't played the game. I don't really know much about it. I haven't read Gintama, but he was a fairly fun character, no matter what. That's what I'm looking for. Anyways, what was I fucking going on about? Right. Things took a turn. So, one of the things, the gang factions in the story of Worm is the ABB. The ABB is one that has a lot of mixed opinions about it online because it's a pan-Asian gang. You don't know really anything about various different kinds of Asian people. Know that there's a lot of deep held grudges and such. But the other, well, various different ethnicities of Asia. So, what am I just fucking looking for here? The Infernal Heat. Okay, so I'm looking for another one of those fucking Infernal Beacons. Yeah, there we go. Oh. Because I didn't manage to even get a hit on it. I didn't count. Because I wait for it to respawn. Anyways. Here. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, I'm glad that didn't screw anything up. Drop my mouse. Drop Anyways, some people have a problem, and like they just can't grasp how that would be possible, especially in a criminal setting, where such tensions would be rather explosive. Of course, that's the key. The gang only exists because a half Chinese, half Japanese Dragon Man showed up and forced everyone to play along with an old acquaintance of his friend. Either way, his personal ninja as support. So that guy does not have much of of his own. Actually, part of that might be banned. Not the guy having lacking personality. That's actually a detail you will expound later on. That his power has a side effect of every time he's a teleporter. Who works on Bad Fan in Star Trek, where he makes a copy of himself. Every time he makes a copy, it's a little bit imperfect. Doesn't quite work right, and the dude's lacks something, just a little bit. But each time, worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. It took a long time to get to the point where he basically lacks any real personality. He might not have been a friend, no. Either way, the dragon rolled up. Was one of the strongest capes in setting. So, of course, what he said goes. Because if you don't agree with his ambitions of ruling the city with a Pan-Asian gang, then you end up fry-boiled. He has fire powers. He's also damn near unstoppable, and one of the few people in setting capable of going toe-to-toe against one of the fucking kaijus that regularly roll cities over every 3 months. Now, mind you, he did get his ass whooped there, but the fact is, he did better than anybody else that won the fucking triumvirate, the three greatest superheroes in the setting. The cat, which included a Superman knockoff who was so inferior, it's hilarious. And it's entirely because of a poorly thought out plot point. I'll defend Worm on a lot of points, but the defeat of Alexandria and how she's being in the main story is really fucking stupid. She drowns some bugs. But I mean, bugs are forced down her throat, and somehow this person with super strength and invulnerability doesn't have the ability to force her throat closed, or just generally keep that from happening. Like, her lungs should be strong enough alone that breathing would cause the things to pulp. And then, getting them out. She's not full-fledged Superman. She doesn't have high powers, but yeah, and shit like that. But she should not have. Literally, it did not make sense. It was an entirely poorly thought out, contrived bullshit plot point. What the fuck? I need from Lizard Bane. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Lizard Bane. Ah, there we go. But yeah, yeah, one of the toughest motherfuckers in the setting. And while he can be mean if you do the right combination of things, most people don't really have that ability, or don't think they have that ability. The people who took him down, he only successfully did as much damage to him as they did because of a combination of lots of bug stings. The dude's not invulnerable. His shit as he gets stronger as he ramps up. As such, he started out capable of being filled with room with an utter shit ton of bug venom. While he rapidly got past that, he still got filled with enough of that shit that when he was hit hard enough to be knocked unconscious for a bit, that allowed it to take a better effect once he was unconscious, starting to then he was pumped full of drugs that were specifically designed to deal with his issues, and that meant he definitely his healing, and that allowed it to fucking ravage him in a way that, yeah. Well, a certain piece of him literally rotted off. Yeah. Yeah. He was not happy about that. But that was a group effort. The only reason the group didn't disintegrate when he was arrested, I should mention, in the source material, is because by that point he had already kidnapped and forced someone else into the group who was able to take his lessons to heart and use it to take over the gang herself. In her case, it was by forcibly implanting explosives in as many people as she could, so then get a lot of those people to force her to help implanting explosives in as many people as she could. And since, you know, the only other person with superpowers was following her direct orders, well, since he literally lacked will and she was the only other person fit to the command, and lo and behold, without either of the leaders of that gang afterwards, the gang disintegrates. It disintegrates at that point, it's mostly because a lot of them ended up dead, because, well, if you weren't going to be capable of contributing any more past that point, she had no problem with using you to take someone else out. Tinkers are crafter specialties. One of the more poorly thought out attempts to do superhero tech without Reed Richards is awful plot elements. Those plot elements are, if Reed Richards is so fucking smart, why haven't he used to make the world a better place? Frankly, comic books came up with a better answer for that. He's not a fucking businessman. He's an inventor. The moment someone buys his so useful the world invention, he usually stops giving a shit and turns away. Because he uses the money for more inventions and adventuring, not business. But, well, people who buy his pans sit on them. A very real world phenomenon. Very believable. Makes fucking sense. His solution was making it so that not even the people making the tech actually understand how it works. Even if they think they do. When they think they do. And fully understand how it works. And if you're not a tinker, you can't even try to work with it. Because it's basically orc tech from fucking Warhammer. AKA the setting where painting your spaceship will make it go faster. The red ones go faster. If you say it in purple, well then you're a stealthy ball. I can't do that particular accent. It's an English accent. I don't know which one it is. So I can't remember what name for it is. But it's the soccer hooligan accent. Anyways, yeah. So in canon, they end up disintegrating completely because a bunch of them were fucking dead. due to having had all-out war declared on the city. To the point that the gangs basically were teaming up with cops and each other to take them out. You can understand why that might, yeah. But at the time, with how few of them were left, they disintegrated and weren't even a fucking gang anymore. In this setting, this story, this was much sooner on, he hadn't acquired the other jet yet, so it was just him supplying the force. Well, with him gone, guess what's happened? Like, okay, so to understand, the Gintama guy did comedy Magnus stuff, like dragging his, his human user, basically, around to doing odd jobs and getting involved in shenanigans. These shenanigans involves helping lead a coup against Luunh, Dragon Guy. I forgot to actually mention his name. And taking advantage of his own particular BS and a bunch of other stuff to actually be able to take him the fuck down. Even then, it wasn't him who did the thing, it was the one guy who had the stuff that could knock him the fuck out. The right place at the right time. It. So. Yeah. Right. Yep, okay. We'll go do that. And for a very brief period, Luunh Gahs has a test here that his knowledge disorders cannot accomplish. Fortunate with us. Fortune is with us on our ally. The Flame Fangs. My brother has got his chance upon a conviction. I don't know how I read it that way. A brother has got a chance upon a concoction by our hated foe, the Flame Fangs, and superstitiously learned of the insidious screaming. They plan to pull the strings of their tempered puppets in order to their kidnapping raid. It's the intelligence provided to us by the tempered spies that afford the Flame Fangs was afforded by these tempered spies. I'm like, wait, no. This cannot allow to continue. We must gouge out their hidden eyes and blind them to the moons of their prey. They are no stranger to little address, so it appears a haven for our merchants. A little. It is not, but a running corpse riddled with flame-addled maggots. And you walk among them unchallenged. Go to the line, do what our orders are on. Rid out the temple and make it a haven in truth. Okay. Anyways, for a brief, not Gintama. His name is Gintaki. He's the main character of Gintama. Honestly, everything I think it does seem kind of funny. I might check it out in the future, but yeah, it was a lot of fun shenaniganry being an A. Then a peace talks were held between the various remaining factions, who agreed to get rebirth their organization as a less than legal community group to help the various, well, Asian groups, especially the Japanese, who, well, I mentioned that time that Lung fought one of the kaiju. Yeah, that was in Japan, right at the sinking of Japan. What's this? You claim has been informed about tempered agents? I don't agree with you, but I had my decisions. Explains how Almaja. At such well-time out, it was spies inside the someone. It would be easy to feat to learn the schedule of visiting merchants like. Sir, sir, we've just received reports of the magic kidnappers attacking a caravan at Travis. They're attacking they're dragging their captives off the Thunder Rock even as we speak. And those blasted letters. Since the time of the moon. I need to assemble a squad and chase down these litters. Take cover and sling a blade. Get a hand not but a few recruits and your presence makes on. Pray join my soldiers out in the field as soon as you can. Anyways, right. But it was short-lived. After a bunch of shit happens, shortly after that, he disappears and is replaced with good old Professor Saya. She was not a professor, but since the character's chosen transferring identifier is Sensei, that translates to Professor, and well, Professor Saya. That's Professor Saya. Hurry, gets what's adventured wipe our acid city. Well, you're too late with these soldiers down. His entire unit. With these soldiers down, his entire unit is in tatters. I'll do the right words right here in the sweat away they scrambled. It was like leading a lamb to a. Man, you're really stupid. His unit might be in tatters, but now a bunch of his tempered recruits are going with him. So you're one of the new recruits. You sworn oath to the immortal flames. I know, it's fine. My lord is none belong to none but Lord Infrit himself. Nothing to dress to those who serve well. Them are not but the waking and walking wounded. And the Amaja will be able to raid with the men, and as soldiers who capture, they will make fine additions to the Lord of Inferno's army. Yeah, you're still using the pledge me? That's rich! I have allies like very soon the main company of the Flames will I take position of the spoils. If you lay on me, you'll be making some very powerful enemies. Oh wow, you are very stupid. Can't be serious, flylegs to me! Over that, oh, more of them. Recruit trader. Who are you? That's supposed to happen. I didn't until the main company arrived. I'm the warrior of light. You stupid fool. No, you stay away from me! Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I technically could have done it, but you never know how competent you're going to be in a cutscene. Alright, what's the 7 hours going on here? Our dad's got some rare fish indeed. The rare of ash. They shame the mountain with their petulant refusal with the Lord and for its cleansing fire. They're not but ghosts of a fading past, the lacking instinctive resorts of consorting with the slave races. You are Zogoth. Heh. Oh, I vaguely remember him, not from here, but from that's one of the stories that got me into wanting to play this. I know you as well, Luunh Gahs. Such an intriguing costume. This was in the army of my people. Enough games, other man. What have you done with the captives? And tractable, we're slaughtered. Flames do not kind of throw in a kettle. Alright, follow me on the reach, unless, of course, you tend to assault Saharok itself. You still have such dreams quietly as your hot blood sizzle in the desert sands. Until I remember your mother and her bleeding cries for mercy. Hell's take you, bastard! I don't know, such heat. the things have risen, I am to face. This the vaunted strength and resolve of the Lord. I will the inquisitive flames of the Lord himself. You seek to experience them with a shameful, a symbol of spit. I hate to break to you, but I've already been Lord for it before, so, suck it. Return to Hamaj God, telling us the world's use for spent to ashes. He and his followers shall be scattered before the searing winds of Zarok's glorious ascension. Yeah, see, here's the thing. I could have totally been these guys. Even if you ignore, if I had not done the main story past the point of unlocking the ability to do this, I should have been able to cream those guys. Leave me, I'm done before. Please make it right to commander. Sir. They only need a. Some guy on his knees is not done for, but whatever. God, sir, I can seriously a timber store within our ranks. My men killed or taken, literally more than the merchants. They were acting minds from the beginning. And I all but blazed served them on up on a silver platter. Hey, you say the swords that yet live. Perfect worse says. Meanwhile, I'll see what I can do to salvage errors of my command. Anyways. After a bunch of shit, including the main character stat, a combat scenario where the players miscalculated badly, I was not there for that vote. I missed that, and then afterwards I had voting paralysis because I did not want to screw shit up, vote for an option that screwed shit up. So I basically didn't vote until that situation was resolved, which meant I wasn't fucking voting for anything at all involving that quest, because it basically died for a while. Anyways, it's come back, the situation resolved, they recovered the dad, and it all ended up working out fairly well. All things fucking considered. Much better than I thought. There was only one point where I did right before it resolved, and that was because the situation was... If things went wrong, it could have gotten the main character's dad killed, along with a bunch of other people, and I was not willing to let that happen. Thankfully, it didn't. I was wrong. And hey, I was convinced to at least pull my vote, rather than vote for either side. But I did get into a couple spirited debates about it. It turns out I had right to be worried, even if I didn't realize why. Because might involve stabbing people with a weapon we didn't have. It still worked out in the end, but not nearly as cleanly as it should. I thank you for your report, Honored Ally. Thayard is the fitted mutant maw that drives the flaming slopers to bolster the numbers of tempered new fire-seared slave feeds in front of their god's powers, and turn the flames of every altar bless the zealots of Zoroark's unholy strength. Dark generation must be tempered out. Go, Honored Ally, break the counter shooter here, slay the goalers, and they can't liberate the keys. Yeah, I flipped reading that line. Anyways, yeah. Oh, really? I go into the zone, just there? I'm flying to Zoroark to free people you capture all the time. And you don't think I would be capable of it? God, you people are idiots. Honestly, though, I could have taken all of those guys. That is one of the bigger criticisms I have in this game. There's a lot of cutscenes where the game just seems to forget that you're at least somewhat of a extremely powerful person, even if you're not at, you know, supposed to be past level 50 stuff, or even at level 50. If I can survive a fight with ultimate weapon, I can survive a fight. I could have handled that entire group of people on my own. Not to mention the fact that, yeah, other little things like that happen. I like the game a lot, but it is a fucking flaw. Anyways, what was I fucking going on about? But yeah, after that situation resolved, one of the things that is done is finally check in on what happened with their friends in the, something. I don't remember what the group was named. It doesn't matter important. The ex-ABB is falling fucking apart. Exactly as predicted. Without some sort of unifying, controlling factor, it's already starting to splinter. The guy in charge of Chinatown is a jackass. Unsurprising, you know, some people might be dirtbags. It was a gang, and like a lot of people were basically joining because they had no choice, and are trying to reform it into at least a community, a shady community-driven group. It's still a gang. And a lot of those people, in fact, aren't even ready to give up what they had. But most of those aren't potatoes very far. As such, it is only the fact that working together prevents them from being taken over by outside elements that has kept them working together in any capacity. And even then, they're more like groups loosely organized together. The leader of Chinatown is like that, a douche canoe, and the other groups all have their issues. Several capes have rolled up trying to take over. Only two of them were fucking Asian. Two more were discovered because two of them having recently attempted to do that, though their attempt went much worse. Two of the original five, meanwhile, that attempted ended up getting themselves killed from their stupidity. Well, one killed and the other disappeared. Okay, now some of them are actually in this place. I'm gonna say it for a moment there. I'm here, so I might as well try to nab the Maelstrom hunt log. I didn't think I'd made people into the gods. My thanks. Anyways, that. In fact, the only thing that protected them is the fact that, well, people think the guy who beat Luunh was, in fact, Kentucky. And combined with a couple other things, one thing led to another, and now, they fully embraced, pretending he still leads, that he, is not only still around, but is the leader of the gang. In fact, most don't know he's not still around, and are rather annoyed about that fact. They want him to come back around and help out, even if it's doing little things like fixing shit up, because that's what Shinitaki does. Badass warrior. You're afraid of me? I'm an immortal flame who captured me first in birthlife. I can no longer know whom to trust. Oh, good. Someone on my list. Sorry, bud. You were going down anyway, so you don't even get to be an annoyance. I lose my home to the Empire, and then my fitness will be spent. God, this must truly despise me. I mean, you're still here, bud. Don't discount shit yet. Anyways, I'll fly around and search for a remaining archer after. I'm stretched out in my bedroll, gazing up at the stars when some bugger hashed me in the noggin. Next thing I know, I'm looking at my case. Hey, I have another way to may go. Oh, swimming through the air, swimming through the air. Me and our archer. Ah ha ha. I don't want to fight the other guys, so we're just... Ah, never mind. Anyways, what was I? Right. Yeah, Amaja. Actually, I'd probably heading back to Little Amigo and... No, Amaja. Anyways, yeah. So, do. Give out our foe crippling blow, mighty ally. Murder that sings as a son of confusion and devastation who brought this our rock. Luunh Gahs. Luunh Gahs, be still. What enrages you so? You know what? But they not savage my mother. I'll tear out its heart and string up by its entrails. Good enough, don't worry. You're not ready to face like something. It's should you confront her now, you'll die a whimpering cur's death. What are you saying? Well, because I will say, well, I never reach weak to match your Mulch's strength. Foolish owl. I say only like you lack martial wisdom. You imagine slights would not exist. Oh, Leah, Luunh Gahs' kin must be avenged. I shall fight by her side. Let us roll with the bird and smash the flame thing snake once and for all. Now, against the other, someone like, well, we would but invite our own destruction. Our laws are clear. The blood vanilla, not made you into religion. Only for the glory of victory shall the shame of your defeat be expunged. If you're save the spirit, the rain on curse, and use to build your strength, for the strength is all that will aid you now. Sands take you all. It said that the Drake will drop its own offering to rain to watch Clot's whips, so it is with the Amalja. I mean, that's incredibly fucked up, but who knows? Your people might be able to actually handle that stuff. Raptor blue, current purple. Thing to help out being a crafter and a bunch of other stuff, so yay. Let's hit the gold saucer for a quick trip. See if there's an event going on. Should be one in a couple minutes. I'll do that one, then we'll head up over to the sylphs and immediately switch over to doing them and then do the rest of their stuff. Anyways, looks like it's probably a slice is right, judging by all the people. Leave a face. Just got a bunch of people in the wrong spot. Yeah. Alright, while we wait, I'll continue talking. So, someone came up with a brilliant plan of having her take the superhero character, become the leader of the gang. Now, part of this is, now, I admit the idea is a funny plan. Because, it does have funny shenaniganry of superhero by day, semi-criminal by night, without actually having it be an outright, fully villainous organization. Because, like, literally one guy outright said he was an idiot, he was a teenager, and he had a younger brother to feed. He could hold a gun okay, and he could stab a knife alright. That meant his brother could eat. He wasn't really qualified for anything else. And if he was, he probably would have gone press ganged anyways. So, yeah. And unfortunately, even if they were also dissolved, that would just leave their territory up for grabs by people who are Nazis, so, you know. Yeah, that's the other big gang. Empire 88. Nazis. Right. And there's no other real group at the moment in the setting who could fill in the gap. Part of the humor comes from the fact that, you know, I mean, plain even said it. Marquise spawned Carol's daughter. See, she's actually the kid of a serial one. Her parents and family took down. They broke the unwritten rules that literally nobody with any amount of power and setting cares about, but the fans seem to treat as the holy scripture. First, because it was the bullshit fed to the main character of the original story to get her to become a villain. Even though it was literally being told to her by someone who knew she was trying to spy on them, and also knew she was in a horrible headspace and was probably going to get herself killed, and that was enough like suicide for her own trigger issues to be hit and make her want to help this kid. Even if the only way to do that she thought to do that was to convince her to become a criminal so that she'd have friends. But yeah, it was absolutely manipulative bullshit, not real. So, anyways, yeah, they broke into his home and captured him. Turns out his kid was in the closet, and when he realized he wasn't going to avoid going to jail, and he really didn't want the fight to escalate there, he convinced them to take the family to take her in. Since one person already had 2 kids, and the other one had 1, that was the one who took her in. It was probably a mistake, because that person had very messed up shit from the shit that gave her powers. Again, most people get their powers via trauma. In this case, a pair of sisters who were kidnapped victims, and one of them got very close, and one of them, Carol, got very close to their kidnappers, only for their kidnappers to go, well, we got the ransom, let's kill him. They both triggered from that, but Carol was the one who was who felt close to this person, and that kind of broke her ability to trust anybody that wasn't related to her by blood. I should mention the fact that probably the other reason her marriage works as well as it does is because of her husband's own issues. Yeah, she's not great. And, oh, well, hey, what do you know? Here's this little kid she's taking care of who isn't related to her by blood. Yeah, Carol's a fucking kind of shit mom who has absolutely treats Amy like she's going to go villain any day now. Now, she doesn't consciously do this, and she tries, but enough of this bled through that Amy herself eventually notices, and this is one of the many reasons she ends up becoming a fucked up person in canon. Not the only one, but when you have issues like that, all that pressure provides other stuff, and then, of course, a group of people who are very good at using that pressure to break someone does so, even if they fail to do it in a way that meant she would recruit. Yeah, it's not very surprised that she started the path of very fucked upness, even if she yeah, even if that can't all be blamed entirely for it. A lot of her issues probably wouldn't have escalated to the point they did if none of that had happened. God damn it. Anyways. What was I, yeah. He was the Marcuse, and such, so. Yeah, the humor of her Breaking Bad somewhat, but it would also, you know, make her home life fucking goddamn awful. Someone else is having trouble with that. Tom and Jerry screams off the map. Yeah, to make it so my alerts appear separate, so. That was one of the big hurdles I was worried about when it came to doing a watch party. Fuck you, I hit jump. I did not get people who go the other way. That's the one of the easier jumps on this particular map. So, it's always this shit that causes issues. I've seen stuff over there before, so. Okay, that's a neat emote. Seems like someone was trying to help. By making it obvious or something. Wow, fuck you! How did I miss such an easy jump? Yeah, I fall in love with the idea of doing that every time I fall. Oh, for fuck's sake. Anyways, right. Okay, my thumb was itching, and I was making the mistake of trying to scratch it against the edge of the thing while pressing, and that was fucking shit up. Fuck you. I once had lag that trapped me there for like a minute, 2 minutes. Yeah, it was 2 minutes. I couldn't even try to log out. All the buttons had disappeared. It was that bad. See, I've told you my fucking ability with this has degraded massively. Anyways, right, where was I? Anyways, I think it's a terrible idea, but it might win because a lot of people voted for the lulz. I hate important decisions that involve people voting for the lulz. It's one of the most infuriating fucking things. Unless it's, you know, the general tone of votes has always been for the lulz. I just don't like willingly voting for things that actively make the main character's life worse. Because that feels like the exact opposite point of playing a fucking game. Like this. Okay. Anyways, yeah. Fucking hate you. I hate fucking narrow platforms like that. They're god awful. Oh, thank God. Ah, shit. Stop fucking up like this. Anyways, fuck. I could theoretically salvage this. I don't think I will, but I think I could theoretically salvage this. Okay. Eh. This is one of my worst runs yet. Oh my God. I have no idea how people. This game does not have good platforming. But basing a challenge all around platforming is a pain in the butt. Yeah, okay, I'm giving up here. That's fucking bullshit. Just awful.
All we had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.
I fell on the last jump, Jesus. I've done that before. It's awful. Anyways, but no. But gonna walk out. Oh, wrong one. Overshot my turn. Anyways, yeah, the anyways, the big reason is that there's a new story, and it's that send them quests like this. Send the MCU players voted for Peter Quill really before I found it, and when he was a kid, shortly after he got abducted by Yondu and his crew. So, you know, super interesting. Setting that one was Pokemon, and the Pokemon we got was Phantom. What am I doing? That won't take me to the Hanzo Hana. I came here for cheaper teleporters. But yeah, we're gonna take a... Oh, hold on. Report RMT activity. I'm gonna do a couple things real quick before we do it, but I will talk a little. Yeah, it got caught sneaking out, and Yondu is using this as a chance to excuse not taking Peter to his dad. Help by the fact that we can now translate for him. I think lots of fun things. This time, the players let the character name the protection entity Hasselhoff. Peter called him Hasselhoff. So, absolutely happy that option got chosen. I voted for it, but super happy it won. It's looking to be a very cute one starting out, all things considered. Anyways, yeah, I'll be back in a little bit. I'm just gonna eat more of my food and do a couple other things. we're back. Sorry. Haven't completely polished my hair off, but got a big chunk of meat done. Alrighty then. The next thing I'm currently reading is the rather excellent Do Android stream of electric, do robot stream of, either way, Electric Karibo. Really good Yu-Gi-Oh! GX fanfic. You might ask, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX? Really? Muxio has set up here with the voices utter and incompetent. This what's the friendly one. This one I ask a favor. Only one thought all day sleeping. Hold on. And all day sleeping on paper sack pill. Yes, so this one is thought to put that one to work. I think my house works better. And take. Ooh. Ugh. No. That usually works. Only one spends all day on saving paper sack. Hell yes. What's that one to work? What's that one to work? Gives only one needle and thread, but only one pricks fingers starts screaming. Always one head still hurts. No one finds Sibbles asks. Guess one to go collect leads and the Nuxio. Yes, but Bumble does not return. And I have Bumble is only, but Nuxio is concerned. Finally, one should go talk to concerned one. Anyways, yeah, what did I think? Right, yeah. That manages to do a really good job capturing the feeling of dueling. As well as you can in a rendered medium over a visual one. This one is Nahaxio, Leaf Catcher. Wacky one is sent by Almuxio, yes? This one is thankful. Wendell, a sphere-eyed one in this bumbling one care, asked this one to work. That sphere-eyed one would. I worked out for one when I'm a bumble. This one had sent for one in search of leaves of great sheltree. This one casts see-through spell on for one spectrum, but today turns night and this one not where to be seen. The next for one is seen through no more and shakes and shivers behind a tree somewhere. For one is usually, but does not deserve to die. Please find for one, friendly one. Anyways, I don't know, maybe overheard something important. That'll be useful. Not the first time. Anyways, yeah. The premise of it, which also helps, is, well, it's about a robot, an android, named Andy Chrome. Now, you might think, really, that name? But if you don't know Yu-Gi-Oh! Very well, that is entirely on fucking point. Look, Yugi Moto might be fine, and Seto Kaiba, sure. And Joey Wheeler, fine. But there's a character called My Valentine. Mako Tsunami. Come on, back up, Doc. Mako Tsunami. Rex Raptor. Something Weevil. Duke Devil. Okay, that one actually wasn't that punny. Lots of characters have extremely punny names in this fucking series. Extremely. So Andy Chrome fits right the fuck in. Like, give me a moment to think of more. Fuck. There's so many. I can't remember them all, but the series has so many characters with fantastic names throughout it. Especially in the GX era. So, yeah. Oh, friend, ever a sight for sore eyes you are. Pray for me. It was just on my way accidentally leaves when I must stay at Harvard Square Hall when I somehow lost my way. I know my trip to off, and that means all those nothing to see us. Yes, well, let's say we return to Little Souls. Quickly at that. Anyways, yeah. But specifically, it's about a dueling robot in the shape of a person. Meant to test if a robot could gain a soul via dueling. And of course, more importantly, if it could become good enough to potentially beat him in a fight. Him or Yugi. Friendly one is back so soon, it shows one safe and sound. Well, Kaiba and Pegasus. Andy boy. God. People, you talk shit about 4Kids all you want, but God. Years later, reading Pegasus dialogue here has me hearing his voice actor all again. What? Friendly one in now returns to this one? Stayed willing one, but Monsieur, this cannot be. Was here Monsieur told this one friendly one would go after. How could this one be so? This one a terrible feeling. Must see the elder one at once. Are these ones that I used to be believed? Chosen one's podling stolen from this one's care. Brave one steals chosen one from us, but why was Brave one fooling these ones all along? This one thinks gray-haired one needs new spectacles. They pretended to be me. I mean, but still, I was like, wait. I thought they were pretending to be him for a moment there, but then, like, this one, I'm like, me. I do enjoy seeing cocky version of my character up there. Well, I'll be friend. You know you had a twin sister. I'm like, fucking God voice. I'm trying to fool, so makes this one task all the easier. Chosen one! Foolish ones are foolish, they're right out with this one, but already not foolish one. Chosen one's finally even they fans it. Of this one. The time reverse draws near. Yes, at long last, alone, finally, the force for these ones with children's power. These ones look vanished, but as I wish I had been walking ones no longer. Yes, this one will teach chosen one the way to anyone. This will teach chosen one all of those who are enemies to these ones. Walking ones, steel ones, treacherous ones. Gonna destroy everyone. Ugh. I was expecting to do a little more elsewhere. That's what not all of them could send me. Have me do a rescue mission. Such. Well, I suppose that was a rescue mission. Yeah, I suppose. Just fell short of the Emulger one. Muxio. Is born into Deluxia's care. It's not just these ones who will suffer. Everyone will be in danger. These ones must find each other one. But where did little Chris only walking one that's real smart one instead of bullying four-eyed one? Best one will think something brave one. Please help defend these ones home against such one's acts. These ones will have no one else to return or home to return to. Reputation up. I'm friendly. More wars. I'm gonna go fight some wars. Oxia's back. Oh, the south side of the grin on her face. Oxia, next thing wants to hanging bars, cooking, and thinking this one is not sure where one. Nasty one's wrong, but this one is sure nothing good. But this one would rather not go hurt nasty ones at all. Oh, and we're like, these ones not so long ago. What is one to do? That was when this one struck on. I have this one's nothing. One can't well guess what this one do. One did. No, this one made funnel bomb from shining scales on milky milk fruit. A milky, so nasty ones will become tipsy ones, and we're all about doing this. Now, it's one I told in face once, and we're like, play watch this one was making. Must travel the hang bar, the fucking Philly bar, the nasty ones home, so nasty ones will be nasty no more. I don't think that will work long term, but you know what? Good on you for trying. It's fucking hilarious, though, so I'll gladly do it. I'm glad I read that one. Fuck you. There we go. Go up to these first and return to them to do whatever they want me to do. Right. Mushroom Madness. Anyways, what was I? And that might sound utterly ridiculous if you don't know Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, giving a robot a soul be dueling. But just to use GX example, GX had a guy with had the villain who's powered by the light of evil. Yeah, this is literally a setting where good is dark and light is bad. I forget what it's actually called, but yeah. Honestly, it looks pretty neat. But yeah, and this gives his this guy's connection and abilities over light boosts his psychic powers to incredibly great heights. He can predict everything except the main character, which makes sense plot-wise because it's eventually revealed that he's the human incarnation of the Supreme King, the living embodiment of darkness. So, you know, not being able to predict the guy who's the cosmic balance, the basically the exact opposite of him cosmically, or even straight up higher rank than him. Yeah, that makes sense, you know? Injury was equipped so I could not have to fight things. I have to fight things. I might as well use the lower level thing. Milk Root Cluster, huh? I just noticed what those enemies are called. Okay, Giant Bane Stool, okay. Again. Alright, that's all fair. That's, yeah, I'll be up there for a show about Children's Scarf games. Fine. Yeah, did I mention there was another guy who can resist, the guy I can't predict? Yeah, I don't remember his name. Hold on. Let me look it up, actually, because I really like this character, and there's a really funny YouTube video. Let me just look it up. Tyrannohassleberries. Oh my god, there's even a card related to his ridiculous shit. Oh my fucking god. It's not legal in the normal game. Just the speed tool version of it, which I've just recently heard of. I've got to really look up because it looks like all points that's a return to form from the older style game. Okay, it looks cool. I'm gonna read it later, but yeah. Tyrannohassleberry. What's his shtick? Why can he tell the psychic packed by the primordial force of existence to go fuck himself? Well, see, it's because he's got dino DNA. What? He's got dino DNA. That's the name of the card. By the way, look it up, YouTube. Got dino DNA. It is glorious. It is absolutely glorious. Everyone, something. These ones are smart ones. Oh, what is this one doing? Was this one even care? The one's like that. That was funny. This is a funny one. I like it a lot. Okay, okay, this area is fucking beautiful looking. Gotta take a good screenshot here. This looks fucking good. Oh, fuck you. Okay, so how does he have dino DNA? Well, see, young Hassleberry was with his, I think, parents at a paleontology dig. Yeah. Not that abnormal stuff, you know. Yeah. When he got into a horrible accident. And poor young Hasselberry. Poor young Irano would have lost his leg if they didn't do an emergency transplant of a new leg bone. Unfortunately, they didn't have a lot of human leg bones available at the moment. So, and an act of brilliant desperation, they dug up a bone from the ground and stuck it in his leg. And yes, I'm not fucking kidding. He has dino DNA. Because they stuck a dirty fossil in his leg, and it made straight out of the fucking ground, and it gave him dinosaur powers. Over here. It gave him dino abilities. Aside from letting him be a very good dinosaur-themed duelist, because of course, and apparently, it gave him minor superhuman abilities, dinosaur-based superhuman abilities. He's like, Steve, he doesn't go home and take a nap. Do I need to do something to trigger this, or does it do it on its own? Usually this stuff happens on its own. But I suppose maybe I need to go over and prompt it. Maybe. Nope, I just need to wait for the fate to spawn. That's annoying. And yeah, for some reason it makes him immune to it. This is extremely baffling for everybody fucking involved, and it is hilarious. That's just GX. Alright. Let's up that. Let's ignore the very premise of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is that Seto Kaiba, who turned a extremely profitable military weapon manufacturing company into a card game company, and somehow became the richest fucker on the planet. Rich enough to that at least that I know for a fact there's at least one real life billionaire who thinks he's the real life version of this guy, but he's not. He's not. Alright, what am I doing? Boy, Musk. And a few years before GX, he decided to build a card game themed academy to teach people how to play card games. Which, to be fair, given how bullshit the game has gone nowadays, we probably could use a school to teach people how to actually play. Because will never know how to play the modern game. for God's sakes, mode 4 or whatever it was, this big rule change that happened that completely reshaped the field and everything, pissed so many people off that literally the next anime's big shtick was, wow, this game is way too fucking complicated. Let's make a much more simpler fucking one. It's Rush, Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush, and all that. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. But yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was at its best for me during the GX era. It was the heyday of fusion. Even the animes recognize it. They based an entire reality of dual monsters on GX. But yeah. Where was I? And yeah, shit gets weird. But let's go with Kaiba. The shit Kaiba pulls. Well, it's Magna Kaiba. It was a movie, but it was based on, it was the true finale to the manga. The creator, by the way. Rest in peace. He managed to get that amazing end out. Where Kaiba built a space station, built a holographic thing on the space station, and then uses that as a method of gaining access to the ancient Egyptian afterlife, where he goes, even though it's actively killing him, just to have one final grudge match against his arch nemesis. Meanwhile, in the normal anime's course of events, he doesn't die, he founds a school, and then later he invents a infinite energy source based on dueling. Which apparently releases a nasty form of radiation that made humanity hyper-aggressive, caused the AI managing it to become hyper-aggressive, and kicked off a war that wiped out everybody but 4 old men who went back in time to fix everything. Yeah, it turns out 5Ds starts out as an AU timeline, where the bad guys, the survivors of this war, have already gone back and rewritten things. I'm trying to save the future that's actively harmful to it. Did it not spawn? Or did it spawn and I just miss it? No, I would have heard a sound, I think. Sort of God. Okay. I'm gonna turn in the other missions. Yeah, shit gets absurd, and Kaiba especially gets absurd. So, it not be fucking said that Kaiba wouldn't do. Like, wait, no, that's right. I have one more here. Ah. It's so yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh is fucking whack shit. Well, I admittedly preferred GX when it was as most embracing the fun of the thing rather than the seriousness. But yeah. So the idea of him building a robot to see if it could develop a soul via dueling, entirely believable. Okay, you know what? Gotta look for a tipsy sylph. There we go. And that one's just taking a while. I don't know why that is. They're gonna wait be that long. Anyways. Fuck you, no, get the fuck out of my face. I'm trying to click this shit. And he was mentored by a combination of Kaiba, who, not the best at. And it's even a major point. Before they find out he's a robot, they're all his friends decide they really don't like it. Kaiba after this, even if he's saying anything bad about him, could risk them getting kicked out of the school. And but yeah, he makes good friends. Right. So because of his abysmal win-loss ratio, which is to say he's never won a fucking duel in his life, he's put in Kaiba hasn't put in Cypher Red. If you don't know, the God cards I've mentioned before from Yu-Gi-Oh, they come in three varieties: Cypher, who's red; Obelisk the Tormentor, who's blue; and Ra, who's yellow. Ra belonged to the bad guy, Obelisk belonged to Kaiba, and Yugi had Cypher Red. So the place where the returns goes is, in fact, the school, the Yugi dorm. You know, Yugi's the better duelist. And the best one is the Kaiba. With Raw in the middle. And the Cypher Red dorm, and Novelist Blue dorm is opulent, well cared for, beautiful, full of good food. Whereas the Cypher Red dorm eats things like maybe fish, what bacon, and how hash browns. What is maybe fish? Well, it may be fish. One character likes it. Different flavor every time. What bacon may have, in fact, gained sentience at some point. And hash brown, and how hash browns double as the insulator used to keep the place going. Okay, most of this stuff I just told you about is from the fic. But here's the thing, if you've ever watched it, that is completely believable with the type of nonsense that happens in Cypher Red. It is actually really funny. And really fitting. But it is, you know, a drum keep that's barely still standing. With shit food and a bunch of other stuff. All I told you is just some fun fleshing it out. But yeah, he ends up there. So instead of immediately being placed in, Dr. Crowler insists he be given a entrance exam, even if he is running late and is much to his horror backed by Tenokava. The reason he's done this is, well, general principle for one. He does actually have that, despite being a giant asshole. But also, because he pissed him off by accident. One of the Andy's key traits is he is absolutely abysmal at trash talk. His trash talk can occasionally be hard-hitting in a way that just leaves the person going, ow, but leaves them fucking bothered by something for a while. Like, saying he's noticed an extra bit of pudge around a guy's neck and he should really be watching what he eats. Which just causes everyone he knows to immediately go, I don't think I see it in anything like that, but right now I don't feel like I should be trusting my eyes. And the guy going, maybe I should go for some extra runs in the morning. Do I have to fight that thing first before I can do this? Okay. Hey, what's this? Is there anyone gonna make flips? I think that's one. Such fun, blah, 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 blah. Okay. But he is incredibly good at making trash talk. on accident. Like accusing Dr. Crowler that's getting a doctorate in, who had a doctorate in dueling, yes, really, in, clown, school. And just generally insulting him completely on accident in a moment way. He does that a lot. The other thing he does is, that's great, but yeah. He quickly befriends Alexis, who was shown who he met because the resident cool girl of the show. Unlike Taya, who hung around the back line a lot and was just a cheerleader, Alexis actually was a badass duelist. She was almost flew and explicitly pretty fucking good. Okay, it started. I've got enough time to go blast the other one. Ah, there it is. Division off, gets set up with one of the other really good Obelisk Blues, Chaz Princeton. He does a bunch of research on Chaz. He can't access his school records because of the law. Find him cheating his test. Boom. But yeah. That's alright, it's still thick fighting born on Scot-free. It's turned on special. Now wait. Oh, the creature has never been defeated. Much else there shall be more sap shed. Yes. Empathy boards for also helping defeat him. Hurry up. Anyways, Chaz loses despite this because he was able to psychologically profile him based on his rich douchebag brothers. I mean, Chaz is the douche in the beginning too. He's this show's Kaiba. Unlike Kaiba, he warms up to the group a lot more, even if he never actually embraces it. Here's one catchphrase. No more. Oh, okay, so thick bread in general. He wasn't just a bad guy. Test 1 broke off Tusk's suffering runaway schooling. These ones Test 1's pen still lives. Oh, the good night I hoped for happier time. Oh, he's not dead. Happier tidings. Such a have returned this one today. The gentle one, this one can but dream. Aw. I thought I killed it, but apparently not. There we go. Rest of this time will be spent at the Gold Saucer. Where am I going? Okay. Oh, oh. Anyways, yeah. So, he also ends up rather quickly befriending Jaden and the others just by virtue of almost being a Cypher Red and being an interesting new student. But yeah, psychological, and of course, but he asked Alexis a bunch of questions about his personality, including what kind of underwear he wears. A question she's not really equipped to answer. So he explains why he said that. You know, people wear clothes for free reasons, and underwear, since it's not really seen by other people, is the one most likely that is most unaffected by other people's opinion on it. So these are simple, practical stuff, stylish. So other sort of thing I can't remember the fucking name of. I don't know. We never get an answer to that, but that's his explanation for it. He proves his psychological skills against Alexis by pointing out a few details of herself that get to her a bit, but not in a bad way. Could at least her growing a bit and liking him, growing to like him a lot. So yeah, he beats Jazz. The first person he's ever beat. Everybody else was either Yugimoto's grandfather, who beat him a lot, or Seto Kaiba, who beat him a lot more. The only draw he ever got, he had one draw, and his loss ratio. And that was after he began building his own deck. On his own. After interning for Yugimoto's grandfather. He quickly befriends Bastion as a fellow smart guy nerd. And of course, many of the other Cypher students. Things mostly proceed as in canon, with Dr. Crowler fucking with his students. A fair bit. He doesn't do that with everyone. He just does that with Jaden, who pissed him off by beating him in his entrance exam, being late, being kind of a low grade slacker. Ah ha ha! I figured out how to get up here. That's not going up there. Anyways, and similarly, your old Andy did the same. One of the more notable ones is, after a while of getting, one of the things that is, Andy's body, especially his face, his false skin and everything, which is very high, expensive, very high quality, and to the point that even Kaiba is willing to say he will only replace it once. He will not replace it if it breaks completely. It's artificial skin meant to be used for skin grafts, but because he's got no skin for it to connect to, it'll just degrade over time and requires bathing and stuff to work. Bathing and high-grade medical stuff for it to recover and such. Trying to tap and eat apparently radioactive green cubes. Yeah. He's a fun, very fun, quirky character that perfectly fits in the setting. But he has lots of fun interactions. The funnest, I find, is interacting with Thane, who is the resident best duelist on the island. The guy who's about to graduate ends up becoming really good and a big kid in the professional circuit and such, and honestly, apparently goes through a lot of issues because of that. Because the professional circuit doesn't live up to what it should have. But, yeah. One thing is, when he makes a comment on Obelisk Blues have fragile egos, and a dude gets offended by that, he points out that Seto Kaiba also used to have a fragile ego, where he thought he was unbeatable, and he got his ass beat so bad he went into a coma. He didn't go into a coma because he got his ass beat. He did, but he went to a coma because the punishment for getting his ass beat by Yugi, they're fucking with them, and putting his grandpa in the hospital was the Pharaoh, but the distinction was a little blurry at that time due to the Pharaoh's amnesia. But yeah, the punishment was having his mind psychically shattered. The point still stands. Dane's also another one person he befriends slowly but surely. And even Chaz! He even managed to befriend Chaz. Later, during a visit to Obelisk Blue, having a chat where that leaves Chaz very mixed feelings about it because he's very defensive. But the talk manages to get... But the fact that he can see, after some effort, that he's not trying to mock him or shit, and is actually genuinely trying to make sure he didn't, mess him up with that loss, and points him on the path to building his own proper deck that's him and not just something his brothers paid for. That's a major point in the series. Chaz, in the original series, took his last big loss to Jaden. As almost blew so bad, he left the school, went on a journey to find himself, that took him to the tundra, found new cards, returned, and became the resident brooding bad boy. Right, it was after he got mind control, not after Jaden beat him. It left him so fucked up, he had to leave. He came back as the brooding loner of the group, who isn't really alone and does things like mean against things. He wears an edgy black coat and he's all edgy and grumpy, which is complemented by the fact his dual spirits, the living body, the creatures that the cards represent, are basically the free fucking stooges, the Ojama brothers. Very goofy, very silly things who will do anything for their boss, except shut up and leave him alone. And it just completely ruins his attempt to be this stoic, edgy loner. He's trying so hard to be out of the head hedgehog, and he just fails completely, and I love him for it. Chaz is one of my favorite characters because of that. He hangs out in Cypher Red instead of Obelisk Blue, and so on and so forth. At that point, it's just great. He's a goofy, edgelord doofus, and the show just completely refuses to let him. Ooh, nice. Let him do it. Anyways, this chat doesn't reach that point, but yeah, he gets set on this path a little early without the trauma. Yay! And even he becomes part of the friend group somewhat. One of the more notable moments is when Dr. Crowler pulls the fake lover letter plot he did in the show, where he sent Jaden a fake letter from Alexis while misspelling her name. It should be mentioned Dr. Crowler isn't just a teacher, but is the vice principal of the school. Now, admittedly, if you're not named Jaden, or in this case, Andy Chrome, he doesn't really give a shit. He treats you well, is actually more concerned about the student's well-being than the guy who's actually in charge of that shit. And, you know, but because his ego got poked, until he gets his character development, that sticks around. But yeah, he, instead he sends it to Andy Chrome, who immediately notices that this isn't how Alexis writes or acts. That's not even how her spell names. So he goes and takes the fake letter to her, and while he asks her about it in the most humorous way possible, he asks her, "Are you in love with me?" Or something like that. Have you? It's like, which gets her to stop. What? Because it's such a non sequitur way of addressing her. Out of nowhere. It does cause some nearby girls to faint, though. They're, again, he's very beachy, and the girls really like him. The guys, too, but because he, tends to hang out a lot in the, girls' dorm with Alexis for a bit there. They were the ones who got the joke the most. Anyways, Alexis concocts a plan to catch whoever it was responsible for this by inviting him there for an actual duel. Which makes going there at night official. Yeah, right. Not nighttime. Night. I think it was night. Yeah. And they have an awesome duel where she loses, but she does very well. And there's a point in the duel where he gets very contemplated, and she's like, okay, what the fuck is he thinking? Penny for your sauce, Sandy. And then he proceeds to accidentally belt out an extremely excellent, basically pickup line. Purely complimentary, of course. Because again, robot who's still trying to figure out how emotions work. He's like, the scenery is how picturesque the moment is, and that he wishes that he could paint it. And then he thinks, wait, no, I know a guy who actually can make good art, and it tells him, hey, do you think you could paint this scene? And the way it said is, what was it? Ah, yes, a beautiful scene, an excellent duelist, truly a picturesque, a beautiful moment I wish I could capture forever, or something along those lines. And then, of course, this makes Alexis blush. And she's like, no, I mean about the duel. And in which case he proceeds to compliment her dueling skills in a very, very flirty manner. Again, completely unintentional. And yeah, at that point, that ship has sailed. And you know, if she wasn't already crushing mad on him before, then the big event happens. You see, in the show, one of the things Crowler did was take advantage of Jaden being a moron and poking his nose into the abandoned door, where if you poke around that, you're supposed to be expelled. A lot of very shady, horrible shit that outright has one of the students from before trapped and forced to work for one of the bad guys via being put in a scenario where his only way of making it through was selling his soul to some other power and being body jacked, and that person then were making a deal to work for the guy who was going after him. But point is, lots of horrible shit happened there, and you're not supposed to go there under threat of expulsion. Prowler took advantage of this and hired a mercenary connected to the dark ways of shadow game magic to bother Jaden and try to get him to... Yes, a mercenary who doesn't kill people, but just makes them piss some pants in fear from how much he scares them via dueling. And Ken, the dude just uses illusions and pretends to have pretends to be playing a shadow game and uses a fake, Millennium Puzzle. But I think that he ends up accidentally invoking a shadow game on himself anyways and getting, Ian. I can't quite remember. Here, the dude absolutely fucked around and found out, and well, now he has actual shadow game powers, but also he is absolutely terrified of pissing off the person who did this, who had lots of fun torturing him for daring to call himself the top, the master of shadows and shit like that. They've got an OC villain they're using for this. Yeah, OC hero, OC villain. Makes things interesting. And so far it's interesting. But yeah, in this version of events, Well, he's has, like before, kidnapped Alexis and is forcing Jade into a duel where if he loses, he has to leave, or else he won't release the girl. Andy shows up to screw this up at the same time as one of that bad guys I just meant. Those bad guys, Minion shows up, a blatant duel spirit out in the open, who's there to fuck with Andy. It should be noted that Andy is skipping the usual time for his treatment, and if he doesn't go get it, his skin will disintegrate off him. Yeah. So he ends up dueling the guy alongside Alexis, who he freed from the place where she was cursed to sleep from a coffin she was cursed to sleep in, and which, as long as she was cursed to be asleep in, as long as she was in it, and anyone who tried to get it would be paralyzed by fear. Robot again. He hadn't quite learned fear, so he was easily able to push through it. But Andy Boy and Alexis team up for a shadow game with high stakes. The primary one is she wants answers about what the fuck happened to her brother. She gets asked 2 questions, and it'll answer to its best ability, but only those 2 questions. Andy increases the stakes partway through because he wants one of the monsters used by the villain, and he offers it something that would allow it to pull off its BS archetype gambles, including a based around its own card, much easier. An incredibly rare card that would let it do it. It agrees, it loses. It was a very well done duel, very fun to read, and they barely squeaked out a victory. But they won. Their lives were not forfeit. Well, actually, I don't think they weren't going to die, but they were going to have to leave the island permanently. It wasn't one of those to die ones. And it managed, and he finally learned to do some good trash talk, at least this time. Mostly because of how unbelievably pissed off he was at these assholes, hurting his fucking friends. But yeah. This plan of his Prowler's went very, very wrong because it put Kaiba's pet project in danger. And Kaiba is, well, besides one of the few people in the world you really don't want to piss off. Even when he's nominally one of the good guys now, he's still kind of a giant douchebag. Oh, who am I kidding? Not kind of. Absolutely is a giant douchebag. Kaiba's amazing. I love him. Lots of Yu-Gi-Oh fans do. But just such an awful person. He's an egomaniac jerk, but God, is he so fucking fun. Infinite Cycles. It's a very fun story. about him slowly learning to be a person, slowly getting friends, and even coming very close to telling Kaiba to go fuck himself. This happens when he tells Kaiba all about what all happened, which I read all the details about, but Kaiba was being a massive douche to him. But also, he might actually be trying to provoke a response from the dude, because he's programmed to follow his orders and wants him specifically not to, and to think for himself. To be able to think for himself. So, because even when he's doing his absolute best and absolutely should be at least promoted to Raw, he's being held back by him. Much in the same way Dr. Crowler's holding back Jaden, though at least in Jaden's excuse, he's one of those people who just cannot learn learn well in a purely lecture-based thing. He needs to learn via activity. He's very good at dueling, very good at understanding dueling, very, very bad at actually, doing any schoolwork. But because he was very honest about a bunch of things, Kaiba gives all the kids who went there a chance, except Alexis, because she was kidnapped. A chance to earn their place at the academy. You have to fight a tough duel, and if you win, or at least do very impressively compared to what you were before, then he's willing to not expel them. Oh, this one. Yeah, don't expect me to last long on this one. I've never made it past the first or second blast, actually. Yeah, this guy gets it until a short while ago, so. It's just basically just red light, green light, and if you're in the wrong spot, you get blasted out. Except there's no pattern for predicting it like you can with some degree of Yojimbo. Yojimbo has some of those things. This one is all of that. That's very annoying. I don't know why everyone is clamping up in this one spot, but you know what? I presume that people know what they're doing. That or they just teleported up here. Anyway, it doesn't matter where the fuck you are, really. It's just a matter of luck. There's no fucking signs I can tell. What's this minigame? That annoys the piss out of me. Anyways, Oh, thank God. I've gotten in trouble for being on the edge before. Ah, just a little over and I would have been fucked. Okay, what are we gonna do about these ends? They should be put in their place. Oh, I have a Master Typhon. Oh man, I'm doing a lot better than that. Holy shit. I can't believe I fucking made it. Yeah, that is totally worth 8 irregular tombstones. Holy shit. I have now enough to get the barding, but we're aiming for 100. I want the next thing more than I want the barding. I'll get barding eventually. I'd like it, but it's not necessary. Anyways, yeah. It's a real good story. But yeah, everyone has to duel somebody. Jaden managed to get a pass by dueling Andy. About showing kind of how and dear old Andy has grown as a duelist. Kaiba's not very fond of the way he plays. Making everyone very uncomfortable when he's not playing aggressive. When Andy isn't playing aggressively. But Jaden loses. But does so impressively enough that Kaiba says, alright, you definitely got a potential and you can grow. So I'm not kicking you out. Part of the reason is because he was willing to give such a simple chance to Jaden is because he recognized Jaden's name from a contest he won as a kid. Where Jaden designed a card that's in his face. Also, it should mention, Jaden used to be able to hear dual spirit voices when he was a kid, but stopped for some reason, and then started again when he got given little Winged Karibo from... Little Karibo, that's the guy who makes videos. Winged Karibo from Yugi. Via random meeting. We're rushing to the academy to go like... One of those voices belonged to the dual spirit whose card he created and got sent up to space. That comes back in a very bad way later. Because that said spirit ran into some very nasty things up there and did not come back. And when it came back, was very unhappy, had gone full Yandere. Alright. Our boy JJ. Again, I haven't even fully seen those arcs because it's fucked. Not even was it not my top preference, even if I do really want to see how it turns out via GX. Exactly. But also because it never got dubbed. The last season never got dubbed. The same thing for 5Ds. That one, I think it's just because 4Kids lost control of Yu-Gi-Oh! At that point. Whereas GX, that was just them deciding, nope, this is way too fucking dark. We can't do this. Yeah, it's very fun. And again, I'm absolutely enjoying and fully buying into the ship between him and Alexis. It partly is because he is very not good at it. Also, he got tricked into doing a runway model thing based on his naivety. So he did get the last laugh there. All the money that they made selling a private show with him modeling clothes for the girls of Obelisk Blue got donated to charity because Alexis chased those fuckers down across campus. She did not like seeing her crush or rolling friend exploited in such a way. And she'd only be minorly annoyed if he was willing, but they took advantage of his naivete, which is a jackass move, so. Your girl did not take it well. I'd love to join the Play Dead joke, but I don't have the emotes, so instead... dancing on their pretend corpse is a fun one. But yeah, it's a real fun one. I'm almost out of chapters reading it. It's fairly recent. The only time I've enjoyed reading Duels as much was in that one that was set in that started in Quest that started in before Duels Kingdom. That was a real fun one, but that's no longer Quest, it's now a story, and it's nearing its conclusion. The author, the GM felt like they took it as far as they could, writing-wise, and will instead be following it up to the GX sequel. Either a new protag or the old one, and the old one absolutely starting as a staff member at the Duel Academy. Which is pretty, it was real fun, but yeah. If I missed a chunk of it near the end. It does, all this GX stuff does remind me of a really bad GX fic. I somewhat enjoyed at the time, but it was because I hadn't read anything GX related. Anything good Yu-Gi-Oh! Related in a while, and I was just for decent sense. Plus the sheer novelty of the concept. Someone who was watching the show and then writing it, what their SI did as they progressed. I'm pretty sure it was written by the same person who wrote the Worm crossover with it that finally pushed me over the edge to needing to play this. And oh god, it was so fun. Maybe it was by someone else. If it was by someone else, thank goodness, because oh my god, it was so fucking bad. It took me a while to get there, because at first it wasn't so bad. You know what? I could somewhat tolerate the styling over our characters using cards that don't exist yet. Card archetype that doesn't exist yet. Because one, I like the archetype. Dragon Maids. What can I say? I really like the idea. For instance, it's main themed cards that can be turned by various ways into their more powerful dragon forms, whose names are usually maid names, and dragon names are usually what's the thing when you take a word and then scramble the letters? So I like the archetype. And it was a decent novelty of seeing someone go with react as, best as they could to the events happening around them. But there was a lot of my shit better than your shit stink all over that fucking fic. And it reached its absolute crescendo when the writer arbitrarily decided that the bad guy in season 2 who could see the future would not be able to affect Jaden not Jaden, but the SI who took Jaden's place in any way, because the SI summoned our universe and has a connection to the entire multiverse in her head, which includes the blind eternities of Magic the Gathering and the Eldrazi for some fucking reason. Because that fucking makes sense of the story element. No, it's very dumb. It's very fucking dumb. It's very fucking dumb. But let's ignore that as a bullshit there. More importantly, it's just like, oh, he can't read his mind without his brain melting out. He doesn't read your mind. He predicts the future, and he does that via the primary cosmic force that it makes up half the fucking universe. But no, you have to have your shit. But yeah, your shit is so much fucking better than theirs, huh? Fucking stunk up the place. I couldn't read the fic much longer after that. It fucking reeked of that awfulness. It's not even given to the point that anybody who was with even a decent connection to their cards would have clowned on the main character, even if she was using real life meta. But the real life meta is better than the card meta, the anime meta. They use such shitty decks. They don't have an ounce of reliability on getting your cards when you need them. Yes, they do. They do it via the heart of the cards. That's not just some bullshit stuck to the main character. Anybody who believes in their cards well enough will have their cards just shuffle themselves around to help. Because these aren't fucking cards. They're representations of people and things like that. And they will help your ass out because you're basically the manager of their team. Miracle draws and shit like that are actual valid play styles. You could make a deck that is entirely relying on gimmicks. That means you to play the right card every time. And if you had enough faith in your cards, you could do it. Most of the time. The real issue is, if the other guy has enough faith in theirs, it doesn't matter how more faith in their cards than yours. Then even if you have dog shit cards, you'll probably somehow pull out a win, even if it is via manifesting a support card that didn't exist 5 minutes ago that gives you the advantage. You're getting my point where I'm going with this. I have issues. Like, it's one thing I do appreciate that apparently later Yu-Gi-Oh! Apparently made it so that people who played the game like that were actively making the world a worse place. Because fuck metas. Like, honest to God. One of the worst things about anything really is a meta. The Twitch meta, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta, the Pokemon meta, it's all garbage that fucking makes it worse for casual players to try to get into, multiplayer play. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is much worse than things like Pokemon, because you can still play against friends. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is an overcomplicated mess of a game nowadays. And if you don't know enough about the overcomplicated mess of a meta, outside that Go thing, like even long-term players were starting to get pissed off at how overly complicated this shit was with links and everything. Mode 5, Module 4, Mode 4, something like that. Even the people who played this shit, the meta, got tired of what the meta became. And I just want to be a guy who fucking puts together a deck full of cards I like, and not feel like a fucking idiot for trying to use it and play against someone else. But if I don't have a card with an entire fucking book written in its description, okay, that's wrong. The entire first page of a book written in its description, then I'm going to get clowned on. I get clowned on if I only have one, rather than a deck built out of them. The only hope I have is if I get into Duel Links at some point, if they have a mode that specifically lets you turn off stuff after a certain point. Because if I could only play decks running 3 synchro monsters, I would be fucking ecstatic. You know what? If I could tolerate synchro monsters if it was after synchro monsters, as long as it was anything after that point, that was a no. Because I could somewhat work with it, you know? I think that's what that speed thing is. If so, I will be extraordinarily happy. Hey, oh, it's my boy Titus. It's almost time. Bum 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 bum. Apparently a splash emoji, but I don't got it. I can encourage somebody else to start making sutras. Boop, 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 boop. Comments. Let's go. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Yeah. Oh, I hate this one. I didn't. You know what? Oh, hey, someone else is on Twitch. I should make up one of those. I was gonna type in, but I'm too much in a hurry. Oh, fuck you! Next time I'll do that. Yeah, I'll make a alternative. I'm live on Twitch announcement. Damn. It's a few seconds late. Don't. Ow. You know what? I think what I should do is one of these days while doing this. Not today. I should clip every time I fall, and then just put a compilation of it up on YouTube. I do not have the wherewithal to go through and edit together one of those myself without just taking advantage of the whole clip function. Assuming it fucking works properly. I really don't like Leap of Faith. I don't know what happened, but my increasing skill with this shit deteriorated completely. Oh man, I keep almost sending myself hurtling. Five minutes remaining. Well, as long as I don't send myself, as long as I don't jinx myself, I was about to say send myself hurtling down, but then I was like, wait, no. And hey, what do you know? I actually fell. But it's not all the way down, so. Damn. That was really annoying. It's like, I almost had it. Oh, fuck you. God, no, I wouldn't fucking dare use speed running up here. It lasts too long for comfort. Oop. Okay, okay. Boop, boop. Of fucking course. You know what? That's actually fucking easier to get to than the other one. God, fuck. I am fucking garbage at controlling my hops. That's what I've learned. Sorry, I had to wipe something for my eye. Not sure if I can win this, but at least I can. Oh, get a. Oh my god! I hadn't even noticed I was missing one of those. Oh. Oh. Nope, never mind.
All we had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.
Yeah, it's a perfect summarization. All I had to do was follow the goddamn train, Haru. Yeah, one of the off days, I'll write up an alternate greeting. Like that one guy's, and just have it ready to go. I said, hi, I'm... Almost getting everything gets me one fucking tombstone. I hate when you get everything but the fucking gold piece of shit. And it basically renders all your effort fucking worthless. You know what? We might get turn out early anyways. I'll try playing this off screen tomorrow, but to get some more. But I'm not really. I mentioned that my eyes are gonna be just a little bit of trouble. I think I'm just tired. And it's honestly not that long before I usually stop. Yep, so really, it's not much of a difference that way anyways. But an hour and a half early, give or take. We'll translate that, I think, the extra time on Saturday. As a reminder, the watch party will be doing Stargate. Anyways, HighPriest signing out. I'll see you all next time